balance. Some say it's about nerves. But I say we want to quit moving until we get what we deserve. We've been duped, and we've been scummed. We've been pretty bad talked about, as sure as you want. Yeah. Just as sure as it takes 2 eyes to make a pair. Brother, we can't quit.
Can't quit, y'all, till we get our share. We're back, y'all. We're talking about, don't forget about the CAJ while we're talking. And the election is still going on. I didn't pull to see who got kicked off the ballot, who was still on. I didn't have a chance. I was so busy caught up in this other stuff that I didn't get pulled it. Then I got to pull to see who all is still on. If you know who's off, you can tell me. And CHA, but we're also talking about this stuff that's going on with Burt. Y'all running around here laughing and talking, but this stuff I understand is deeper than Burt. Burke is not that stupid. I think he just did that to throw folks off. Read the Trib yesterday. They said something else they have not unsealed. 773-591-69. We're streaming live. www.von.com. We're on iHeartRadio. Take us wherever you go. We are on Blog Talk. If you miss anything, you can go back. I got a huge Blog Talk following now, y'all. You can always reach me on Blog Talk. We on iHeartRadio, BlackPlanet.com, Facebook group, Facebook, and they've been knocking off of Twitter. I am going to go to the phone. I want to see what Brother Hall is talking about.
Listen, I told Mays them yesterday, I said, if y'all want to know the real deal, you better get Dorothy Tillman on here. She knows.
They might
and you're absolutely right.
I was down there, baby. They said,
yes.
Hey, they said, so Lisa singing like a canary bird. That's why he didn't run. He was over the zoning committee, you know.
First of all, Arlen, you don't leave those spots with this type of perks just to be retiring. You understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And you and I know that, and particularly when I heard this guy, what's his name, Police, when I heard I said, something is going to go down. I was telling one of my partners, I said, you know what? That's strange because he was head of zoning, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was over the zoning committee. And you know, now I saw on the news before I came today that Chuy Garcia, chief of staff, stepped down.
Man, please. But the fact of the matter is that, please...
chief of staff of his congressional office just stepped down.
Huh?
This morning I saw on the news where Garcia, chief of staff from his congressional office, just stepped down.
Who stepped down, Alderman? I didn't hear you.
Chuy Garcia's chief of staff stepped down from the congressional staff.
Oh, sure he stepped down because they're all joined at the hip. You just got through talking about the boy, what's the boy that beat his wife up?
Munoz. I told him, no. They never would have let a black person who had cocaine possession and all that stuff and in the game would have put him in no position like that. And then black aldermen followed him like he was so smart because of the progressive caucus. And he's from Mayberry, Mexico. They don't even know whether he's naturalized, why he should have that seat. And his father was a crook. Now they putting it all in the paper.
Yeah. Do you remember when they were selling the license? Their father was selling the license and...
Yeah, I've been talking about that for a long time. And now they finally put it in the paper the other day about his father, his estranged father. And he beat that woman up so bad she was black and blue. But that's part of his makeup because of where he comes from. He comes up out of that gang structure. When they put him there, remember, Chuy is the one that selected him to take his place.
Just say this right quick. Please keep educating us on this piece because they're mighty quiet, aren't they? You and I know that Burke got a black book.
Well, you know what? Not only that, we also know Burke is not stupid enough to be talking about no permit and shutting nothing down about no Burger King. That's just subterfuge. So before he can go on in, instead of the big thing coming down. So they talking about that little bitty stuff while folks talking about it. But if you read the trivia, so they got some more stuff that's still sealed.
Yeah. And then I want you to elaborate a little more on the relationship between not only Preckwinkle, but even this girl Mendoza. I'm going to hang up and listen because you're going to have a lot of callers this morning.
Yeah, my board is lit up already. My God, that's why I didn't have Dr. Anderson this morning. Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, this is some deep stuff. Black folks, black folks, black folks. Mama D.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Stay on the subject now because my board lit up.
Let me tell you this. I intend to be at your church tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay. What about the mayor stepping in with no city council input and he has changed the unemployment and split up.
Well, they said that he said he was bringing it back and putting it within the city, with the city, away from the city council. That comp shouldn't even ever been down there in the first place. I can't remember how it got down there. I don't know whether the city council voted for down there or some mayor put it in there as a perk. If he couldn't legally do it, he wouldn't have done it. But you should not have work compensation where you got to go in for working comp, be in charge about no committee like to give him too much power.
Yeah, but it's been okay until he and Berkson got a deal together.
Well,
you step down and we gonna do this and we gonna do that.
I don't know what kind of deal that I'm sure he's not crazy enough to have no deal with nobody on their way to jail. And in fact, when they came and did Burke's office, the mayor was in Washington. He must have knew it was coming. The mayor ain't dumb either. Sometimes we think people dumb. He ain't gonna make no deal with Burke. Burke on his way. Burke got too much going on, baby.
But what I'm saying is they both agreed that he should step down. You know, that was the deal.
I don't know whether he agreed with the mayor, because then the council started talking about, the council even started saying they got to step down. See, what you remember is the council so stupid. The council's supposed to make committees assignment, not the mayor. People don't know. They're not talking about it at the other end. Even the council started saying he had to step down because of the information that's coming. They couldn't do no work. He couldn't do nothing. He can't do nothing. They got to start out new. They done took all his stuff.
I understand that, but the council wasn't in on selecting who was going to be the temporary stand-in. But Tony Preckwinkle is down there making laws that change the word from citizens to persons.
Well, Lord, that's something. I didn't know about that, Mama D. Let me know about that next week, because I sure want to know. I got Dr. Anderson next week. I rescheduled him for next week because I knew we'd talk about this. But please, let's talk about that next week, because I didn't know about that.
And it's a whole bunch of stuff, like you know.
Okay, well, I tell you, they just saw at least singing like a canary bird. Garcia, chief of staff, stepped down last night. All that stuff. And black folks following Munoz, telling Progressive, the man who beat up his wife. Hashtag me too, where you at? Thanks, Mama D. I mean, that woman said she's just... So that man been beating her up so bad that she didn't even know what to do. Linda, how you doing? Linda?
Hello.
Hi, Linda.
Good morning. How you doing, Dorothy?
I'm fine.
Wonderful. Happy New Year, too, by the way.
You, too.
Thank you. There's two people you forget off the list. Jerry Chico and Cook County Assessor Joe Berrios.
Oh, I mentioned Chico. Berrios not the assessor no more. I saw the new assessor on Chicago tonight, and they was asking him pointed questions, but he didn't really answer them real good. You know, Berrios lost, but Chico said that Tony Preckwinkle did ask him for a donation. He gave us $700 and something, but all them folks are friends with Burke. All I'm trying to say, well, y'all getting emotional right here about that guy Burke. You better look at this stuff. Some of these aldermen somewhere hiding, because this man, he gonna take a bunch of folks down with him, I'm telling you. Because he ain't the only one messing around with this zoning stuff and playing with folks. You can't get this and I'll do this to you. Rather than serving the people like they're supposed to serve the people, they trying to whip folks. That's why you got a lot of black folks can't get no businesses. That's why a lot of their businesses are shut down. These folks are mean. They get in there and think they somebody's boss or overseer rather than being a servant on welfare, working for the public trust because they're using the public money.
Let me tell you something, too. I went to a meeting when Alderman Preckwinkle was the alderman, and when, what's his name, Ron, first ran for mayor. She said Ron, Jerry Chico, because he was in the pool, too, and Joe Berrios, those were her friends.
Now, she wasn't, when Ron ran for mayor, she was over at the county board. She wasn't the alderman.
At a meeting, it came out of her mouth.
Yeah, I believe it. I know it.
Because they asked her who was she endorsed. She said, nobody, because they're all my friends.
Right.
That's what she said.
And Burke been her friends longer than 8 years, too, Linda. Don't let her fool you.
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right.
I just wanted to point that out.
Okay, thank you. Okay, okay. All right, Isaac.
Yes, good morning, Miss Tillman. Good morning. I love your show. So you already kind of touched on it already, but do you think that Preckwinkle will still stay in the race? Because, like you said, it's a lot of stuff that hasn't been covered yet that's going to kind of expose her as well. Do you think she's going to stay in the race for mayor?
I think Tony thinks she's tough enough to stay in there. I think that Tony thinks that she's, she got this thing that she thinks because she won after the soda tax, and she won, and they messed around and they beat the man who fought her. They went and came after him and beat him. The black community took him out. He said that she think they're going to keep her. She got this thing in her head.
Hope not.
The way they did Boykins, they came after Boykins, and she thinks so. But this stuff is deep. I'm telling you, Isaac, it's not just about no darn burger of Burger King. You better go read the Trib. And Burke is not stupid, and a lot of them folks going down right with him. I'm telling you now.
Yeah, I hope so. And I can't wait to see what they truly expose. Like you said, what they found was small potatoes.
Oh, well, that was a game. That's a game being played to make y'all look over there. And now, they don't, so y'all can think. But it's bigger than that. They ain't going to just come for no Burger King. Burke is bigger than that, boy. It's some deep stuff. Thank you, Isaac. Burke is not that stupid either. Please believe me. Man, something get you before I go on break.
Hey, I wish you would take me sooner, sister.
Well, I have to go in the order that people call me.
Don't get mad.
No, but you always do that to me. When I open this phone up, I try to go in the order they call me. Okay, go on.
Brother,
you wasting your time.
Come on.
Okay.
First of all, Chairman Mao Zedong's talked truth. He said war is politics with bloodshed. Politics is war without bloodshed most of the time. And they use indirect rule or neo-colonialism to do us in. And I'm so glad to hear you rail against Toni Preckwinkle. I agree with you. Toni Preckwinkle would be a disaster. She's a straight-up autocrat, an arrogant autocrat like both Daley's and Rahm. She's a neo-colonialist.
Well, I don't know what's your neo-colonialist and all that stuff, but you can call it, but I know one thing, that she thinks, Toni Preckwinkle lied when she said she all known Burke for 8 years. She's been close to his wife 8 years. She around here, she thinks she's infallible. John Burke is running the Democratic Party. She out like a machine. Remember, she ran against Tim when Harold was in. Toni didn't support Harold Washington, but she run around like some progressive. I call them the Hyde Park Mafia. That's what I called them. But I don't think that she'll be good for the city, and I mean that, because I see what she did with the county. You see what she did with the county. She shut down Providence almost. You see what happened at Stroger Hospital. Folks, too. And you see, I don't think she's being very truthful. Toni cannot be mayor of this city. She will not be good for this city. That's my personal opinion.
Okay, can I talk now?
You got 30, you got a minute.
Okay, her attitude towards repairing the damage for Africans in America, we descendants of enslaved, it sucks. I was on the bus with her one time about a year or so ago, and I asked her about that. She was very dismissive about that whole thing. And she's hypocritical because last Sunday last Saturday she was at Push with the Emancipation Day and she ran down some history of what happened to us. So how is she having a bad attitude about reparations? Dismissive,
That's up. Thank you, man, son. Thank you so much. Thank you. I know do I have to have milk? You got 30 seconds. Oh, he said, I got to go. He said,
Yes.
30 seconds, milk.
Mexicans are Spaniards. Spaniards are white Europeans. I want to talk to you personally because I said something to you last week that hurt your feelings.
Oh, my feelings weren't hurt, baby. It wasn't hurt. We just had a disagreement. My feelings were hurt, though. I love you. Okay? And that Mexicans do think they're white. Thank you, Mill. I just wanted to get you and then wanted to have you on hold for a long time. That's why I got you before the break, okay? You didn't hurt my feelings. Thank you. He think he did. Okay, y'all. We Talk Up Chicago. 16.9 WVON.